I adapt to my environment. That's the way you survive. Culture for success. In my mind, my ego, perform suicide. Spiritual armor equipped, like Pete. I'm ready to die. Always perceive me if I die. God's devil believes we're all fools. So I rap. This was life with my Prist tools. Alright, it's High Priest on this beat. Run down Babylon, burn it down. Ego. Alright, let's go in. Check it. Living life in exalted dimension. Shades are trying to hold me back, like detention. Police start shooting me without question. Wonder, God, my spirit is ascending. As an indigo child, suppress the emotions from acting wild. Under duress, when put to trial, so defined. And if I die tonight, bury me a G. That's the only remedy to set my soul free. Mental stasis prohibits the third eye to see. Once conscious, the darkness is easy to reach. I ain't wanted physically to teach. The good shepherd came for the sheep. If I'm broke, then I forfeit my feet. The high priest delivering lyrics that are deep. As an indigo child, chant a song out loud. Children, the time is not. As an indigo child, chant a song out loud. My children, the time is now. Alright, first two, let's go. Night codes, transmitted from the stars. As a single red glue in people jars. Astral projecting like an avatar. I trusted friends who let me down. Life is superficial in London town. Sometimes my brain just wants to break down, which occurs when losing focus. Become reborn like the lotus, while I dare to realize and transform into ether, a magical procedure, healing music for the receiver. Pause, ask yourself, are you a believer? Flat, life will get a little better with patience. As we build to become one nation, no shelter's power is your temptation, so never lose concentration of your own creation. Chant the song out loud. Children, the time is now. As an indigo child, chant the song out loud. My children, the time is now. As an indigo child, chant the song out loud. My children, the time is now. My children, the time is now to stand up and face reality and conquer your own destiny. The Most High, Amun, Allah is watching and guiding us to our destiny. Always have faith and unconditional love and seek salvation within thyself. Ishq, wonderful love, is incubated in everything that exists. All is in all, nothing can be added or taken from the wall. Amun. Ooh la la, ooh la la, metasize. I want L with the high priest, Brad Hyphen, metasize ministries. Let's go. Check it. Every day I go in the street with the hustle, they play, but it's not that nothing make us see the way. Come here, what not they play. Make metasize, make it show us, make it right to us, make it show us the way. But all the same, we have to keep on. Let's go moving train. the rise, you go stand against them. What you say? Let me say, come again, criticize, whoa. 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 Amun out, the street, check it, and it's all Amun out, the high priest, and that ain't no chemical texture in the subline, so he has made it, but the energy is got, my spirit has no limit, access, fortune, and protecting us every single minute. Don't mean for collecting the cream, cause I'm a keyword, making sure feelings don't pass out, if love won't get in their bloodstream. I'm the high priest, and I play my position well. Allah's present but remains unseen. Allah's present but remains unseen. Come on, mental science. You chant black lives, not a white in this no beginning lives. And you can unite to 12 targets and black soldiers shut up. Join Mental Science Ministries and stand by my side. Cause you are physically free. Our minds corrupted by a digital screen. The truth is looking for a I can see. Give thanks for life, give thanks for the breath. We are the strongest, we're the last ones left. With the high priest on one L, mental science. Give thanks for life, give thanks for the breath. We are the strongest, we're the last ones left. Let me say, come again, mental science. 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 The grand highs, they are in UK. Delivering blessings to all my spiritual warriors that day across the globe, especially my spiritual warriors in Nigeria, Delta State, River State, and Lagos. Freedom. Say it with your chest, freedom. All my queens, let me hear you say freedom. All my kings, let me hear you say freedom. All my gentlemen, let me hear you say freedom. All my brothers, let me hear you say freedom. All my sisters, let me hear you say freedom. Pump your fist in the air to show that you care. The high priest and the freedom fires of the government's worst nightmare. Let us prepare to damage and tear this new world order that has treated us unfair. First solution is this is a freedom song, so sing along. We're a million man strong, the war is on because Babylon did us wrong. The time is now to be awake until I broadcast the news that is fake. When I get high, I levitate. When the war is over, the heaven on earth is what we're going to create. High priests and his mental science soldiers and his freedom fighters. It's time to concentrate. Elohim, forgive us for our sins. Else only wins, destroy the evil that is within. Freedom. Like a runaway slave. Freedom. Like I just got freedom. When I'm smoking the J. Freedom. Every single day. Let me hear you say freedom. All my queens, let me hear you say freedom. All my kings, let me hear you say freedom. All my children, let me hear you say freedom. All my brothers, let me hear you say freedom. All my sisters, let me hear you say freedom. And the freedom fighters are the government's worst nightmare. Let us prepare to damage and tear this new world order that is treated us unfair. First solution is a revolution. This is a freedom song, so sing along. We're million man strong, the war is on because Babylon did us wrong. Freedom, 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 freedom. I can't hear you. Freedom. Say it with your chest. Freedom, freedom. All my queens, let me hear you say freedom. All my kings, let me hear you say freedom. All my children, let me hear you say freedom. All my brothers, let me hear you say freedom. All my sisters, let me hear you say freedom. Freedom, like a runaway slave. Freedom, like I just paid freedom. When I'm smoking the J, like a freedom. Every single day. We won't be silent until we stop the violence. Put the gun down, put the knife down. We don't want to lose another life. Squash the beat. It's time to unite. Mama, don't cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Mental science. Let's go. Superhero in these streets, delivering street press for the children farming out the seas. When it's all life, 6 feet deep. Highlights and drill rappers, they becoming brainwashed like sheep. Post-colonial mindset, forces the young folks to carry a tech. What's happening, bro? Where did the love go? Things ain't what they used to be. Children, stop the violence and listen to me. Black men, dying species, blood stains on the pavement. Why do we need to make a statement? Why do we need to make a statement? We won't be silent until we stop the violence. Put the gun down, put the knife down. We don't want to lose another life. Squash the beat. It's time to unite. Mama, don't cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Come, the high priest someone else feels your pain. Your man keeps telling you cause he's insane. Pack your bags and leave him to catch the next train. Or if it is emergency, the high priest someone will pay for your claim. As long as you're in my arms, he will never hurt you again. And as for your man, listen to me, boy, you come correct. How dare you disrespect your queen? It's time for your punishment from the grand architect. The high priest someone else on the mission to protect and collect the queens via neglect. Yeah, I'm talking to queens via neglect. We won't be silent until we stop the violence. Put the gun down, put the knife down. We don't want to lose another life. Squash the beat. It's time to unite. Mama, don't cry. Everything's gonna be alright. We won't be silent until we stop the violence. Put the gun down, put the knife down. We don't want to lose another life. Squash the beat. It's time to unite. Mama, don't cry. Everything's gonna be alright. All right. Now, before we start, we first must give thanks and praises to Amun Ray, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, El-Elyon, El-Shaddai, Yahweh, Adonai, Marduk, Melchizedek, Al-Kadir, Uza, Uzet, Heru, Anu, Enki, Ma'at, Ptah, Rastafari, Haile Selassie, Meta, Science, to mommy, to daddy, to granny, to granddad, to the ancestors, and to the Most High. Bismillahi ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. La ilaha illallah. Greetings, my spiritual warriors and my metal science soldiers. This is the High Priest, Grand Hyphen of Metal Science Ministries. Amun El, you don't know Metal Science. And welcome to the Metal Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM, and also on YouTube Live and Instagram Live. If you want to see the High Priest Amun El live and direct in 4K vision, in Omega FM Radio.co.uk's headquarters, all you have to do is go onto YouTube, type in on YouTube Amun El, which is spelled Amun, which is A for Africa, M for magnificent, U for upliftment, N for Nubian, space L, which is spelled E for El-Elyon and L for love. You click search in the search engine, and as you click search, you will see the High Priest Amun El's YouTube channel. Smash that red button that says subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when High Priest Amun El is going live or dropping new content. You don't know Meta Science. Also, If you want to see High Priest Amun L live on Instagram Live, all you have to do is go onto Instagram, type in the Instagram search engine, high_priest_720, which is high as in H for hero, I for intuition, G for God, H for hero, underscore priest, which is spelled P for perfect, R for respect, I for intuition, E for Elyon, S for success, T for terrific, underscore 720. And then you click search and you'll see the High Priest Someone Else Instagram page, and you'll see the High Priest Someone Else live and direct in Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM. You're done now with our science. Now, okay. Welcome to the Metal Science Ministries Reason and Fellowship Show via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM, and also on YouTube Live and Instagram Live. Tonight, the High Priest Someone L is very tired, doing the most the past couple of days, waking up at 5 in the morning to get to work at 6:30, and then finishing later on in the afternoon, just collapsing in the bed. Because High Priest Someone L has been working hard ever since he's come back from Sudan. High Priest Someone L has just been on go, 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 go! No stop, no break light. We just keep going. We're not stopping for no one. You're done now, mental science. Now, High Priest Someone L wants to give a shout out to Uncle OG. Happy Strong, happy birthday for today. It's good that you're still here, still doing business. You know what I mean? Some people don't make it. You get me? So we give thanks and praises that Uncle OG is alive and kicking, and his birthday and his Earth Strong celebrating, and also for helping the radio station stay alive. You're done now, mental science. Also, High Priest Someone L wants to give a shout out to all the freedom fighters that are listening on Instagram Live, and on YouTube Live, and on Omega FM Radio.co.uk. You're done now, mental science. And also, the High Priest Someone L wants to give thanks and praises to kings and queens and gods and goddesses that listened to High Priest Someone L from the beginning, from ever since the High Priest Someone L debuted on Omega FM Radio.co.uk. You're done now, mental science. Now, tonight, we've got a special guest. And tonight, on the main event of the Metal Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show, is going to be epic. People are not going to believe what happened last strong end or last weekend. You're done now, Metal Science. But before we get into that, High Priest Someone L believes that we should pray, because sometimes things are not guaranteed in life. You follow that. And it's only by the grace and the will of the Most High that certain things manifest or we are protected. You follow that. Now, the High Priest Someone L is going to get ready to say a prayer for all the people that are listening on Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM, and also on Instagram and YouTube Live. Also, don't forget, this Sunday is Marcus Mosiah month, or the start of Marcus Mosiah Garvey month. And on the 31st of July, there is a reparations event in Brixton. Now, High Priest Someone Else is going to attend this reparations event. We're not marching this year. We're just holding our ground in Brixton from, let's say, Windrush Square to about the Esso garage on Brixton Road. So High Priest Someone Else is due to perform at the reparations march, officially or unofficially. You know how High Priest Someone Else does it. In fact, the story that we're going to tell shows the levels High Priest Amun L's on. And we have a special guest tonight that's going to come on tonight called Renee. And I want everybody to give her a warm welcome and make her feel comfortable. You follow that? Because she is a true freedom fighter and she's a true hero and she's also a magnificent woman and queen and goddess. You don't know mental science. So now High Priest Amun L. Oh, also shout out to Kaz on the YouTube. She's very nice. Out High Priest Amun L a lot. Been on High Priest Amun L's corner in the good and bad times. Can't forget her. You don't know mental science. Okay. So now, before we start into the main event, listen to a prayer. Okay, let's go. Now, we give thanks and praises to Amun Ray, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, El-Elyon, El-Shaddai, Yahweh, Adonai, Ma'adab, Melchizedek, Al-Qadir, Usa, Uset, Eru, Anu, Enki, Ma'at, Bata, Rastafari, Haile Selassie, Meta, Science, to mommy, to daddy, to granny, to granddad, to the ancestors, and to the Most High. Bismillahi ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim, La ilaha illallah. We give thanks and praises to the Most High for protecting us and guiding us away from the evil and wickedness that exists in the planet and the cosmos. We also give thanks and praises to the Most High for the mercy upon our souls and our sins. We also give thanks and praises to the Most High for the grace that we receive in every moment that we breathe and every step that we take. We also give thanks and praises to the Most High for unconditional love that we receive in every moment that we live, and also to the ancestors on the other side. We also give thanks and praises to the Most High for the prosperity in our lives and also making the right decisions for us to move forward. And lastly, we give thanks and praises to the Most High for protecting us and guiding us, and also being our shield as we walk the path of righteousness so that we can enter the kingdom of heaven, which is Zion. Amen. Amun Asheo, Meta Science. Now the High Priest Amun L, hopes you felt that prayer in your soul, in your bones, in your heart, coming from your radio speakers. You're done now, mental science. Now, we are now getting ready for the main event on the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show, via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM. You're done now, mental science. So now, the High Priest Amun L's got one question for all you kings and queens and gods and goddesses. So we're gonna get into that in 1 minute. We're done now, let's go. Okay. All right. I'm And welcome back to the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM. This is the High Priest, Grand High from the Mental Science Ministries. Amun you done know Mental Science. Now, the High Priest Amun is ready for the main event. And the High Priest Amun has got one question for all you kings and queens and gods and goddesses. Are you ready for the main event on the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show? If you are ready to hear the main event on the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show, give me a hell yeah! I cannot hear you. Are you ready to hear the main event on the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM, and also on YouTube and Instagram Live? If you are ready to hear the main event, give me a hell yeah! All right. Now, for the hundreds, for our listening via YouTube Live and Instagram Live, and to the millions for our listening to Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for Meta Science! Tonight on the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM, and YouTube Live and Instagram Live. The High Priest Amun is going to be discussing how the freedom fighters had Buckingham Palace under siege this last weekend. You done know Mental Science? Let's go. This story is truly incredible. The High Priest Amun doesn't want to give you a spoiler until we have our special guest on the air. You done know Mental Science. Now, the High Priest Amun's phone is not sounding too good. It's not sounding too healthy. But we'll try again. Okay. Yes. Perfect. So now we're gonna get our special guest on air. And Renee, I hope you are ready to join in. Let's go. Meta Science. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's in the Instagram. High Priest Amun loves you all my freedom fighters. Let me hear you say freedom, freedom.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Queen. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good still. Can you introduce yourself to the audience tonight?
Yes, sure. My name's Renee. I'm part of the freedom movement. I have been for the last couple of years. I don't know what else you want me to say.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Can everybody hear Renee okay? I think everybody can hear you okay, Queen. So,
that's good. I can't hear you that great. Can you turn your volume up a little bit somehow?
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. Now, how was your day today? I heard that you said there was train strikes. Like, I feel that's irresponsible, as in terms of our country, our government, not being able to satisfy the people.
Sorry, it's still quite muffled. So yeah, there was a train strike today. For like the main trains. I've been at home. But yeah, it's been okay. It's not been too bad. There's more strikes coming. I think strikes will be ongoing for a little while yet, so we'll see. Seems to be the norm at the minute. They don't want us traveling anywhere.
No, it's true, it's true. Exactly. They don't want us traveling, they don't want us to do anything. And this is the whole point why we are involved in terms of our freedom, because we are the ones that are representing right now, or always been, for the freedom, the liberation for our country and the whole world. Because we know what time it is. It is time to stand up to the evil and wickedness.
100%. Yeah, you're correct. It really is. And yeah, like I said, it's been a couple of years of this. So it is tiring and it can be draining, but we fight on for freedom, freedom of liberty and movement, and freedom in general.
Exactly, all of that good stuff. And I just wanted to also ask, like last weekend, um, how can I put it? Because obviously our tribe is listening, and people want to know, like, I didn't come to the march on Saturday. Like what happened? Like the Freedom Family, like what happened? Can you explain what happened?
Yeah, so we came. So obviously Buckingham Palace was the meeting point. And we came in and we saw you there. We went and sat by the fountain. Then we realized some constables or police officers, whatever they were, started harassing you. So we came over and they left. And then we lawfully assembled as we're entitled to do. We marched. Numbers were lower, probably lower than probably the lowest I've seen in a while. But given that it's summer and people have different things going on, it's not unusual. But again, we were out again to let the government know we're not going to put up with any of their nonsense, any of their restrictions. We know we're close to coming back into autumn again, so they're trying it on with the monkeypox, they're trying it on with all sorts of stuff. The march was it's a freedom march. We go out, we connect with like-minded individuals, and we stand up against the government, against the tyranny they're trying to impose on us, against the new world order they want to impose on us. And it was another march. I've been a lot, and I will continue to be there. I think it's important we stand together, united against what they're trying to impose on the people. And it was a good day, but there's a lot of different messages, I think, at the moment within the freedom movement. So a lot of people have different perspectives or different end goals. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we stay connected to the underlying message, which is freedom and liberty of individuals, and autonomy, self-autonomy. It was a good day. But there was, it was interesting in a lot of ways. There was a lot of police out last weekend, which I haven't seen in a while. I think the last 2 marches I've been on, there was a handful of cops, and there was more than a dozen, maybe 2 dozen, even more than that, police. So I found that quite bizarre. So I don't know what you made of that, but
the first thing is, like, we have a march outside Buckingham Palace. You know what I mean? That's the Queen's residence. That's that's a bit. I don't want to say it on air, but you get, like, especially how I was looking on that day. That's a bit, like, I would say the best were to describe it, how they could have perceived it was, um, uh, forgot. It's something that they say, but it's like you're going against the queen, or you're being like hostile, or um, I, f- I forgot. You may know the word. I think it begins with a T, or let me refresh my mind. Not tyranny. It's like more um yeah, just you're going against the state. And of course, you know, even what I was doing at the start, I was playing my music, like,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like I was doing anything wrong. I was just playing my music, just at a place where there's a lot of tourists, a lot of police, and probably MI5, MI6 watching the whole place, because again, it's a very high security threat. But I was on a peaceful protest, but I feel like I said, like what happened. I believe why there was so much police, because it just felt like I said, I don't want to say the word, but I'll give people a clue. It's like a T, you know what I mean? Like, and they don't, it's a bit bizarre. But then again, we can say, how did we even get there? Some people say that these marches are controlled, and that it's like controlled opposition. Like we're not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing it in. I'm throwing it in there. You know what I mean? Because things were too peaceful. Like when I was coming from Sudan, I was in Sudan last week, and when it was freedom time there, there's no, it's non, like the police are non-negotiable. Like what we did or how you guys saved me, I don't think that would have happened in Sudan. I think I would have just got a couple of bullets. I would have died straight away, because it's like they're on a no nonsense thing. But out there, they were still on a no nonsense thing. I'll be real. The police weren't playing. They were ready to put me in jail. But because like your power and Tasha and all the freedom fighters' power, and especially because we know our human rights and we know our we know the common law.
Yeah, we know our common law rights. Yeah, so we sort of looked over, and when we saw the constables going towards you, that was it. We were like, let's go over. So we went over, and obviously they left because they didn't have a leg to stand on when you said, I'm not giving you my name. And they were like, oh, what can we do now? And they were like, yeah. So it was like, bye-bye, off you go. But look, we were not doing anything unlawful. People need to understand it. There's a difference between legal, lawful, regulations, and the law. And we were standing up for our rights as sovereign, lawful beings. So in that respect, there were no laws being broken. You playing your music there may breach their regulations. It doesn't matter. Those regulations require consent. And if we don't consent to the government, if we don't consent to what they're doing, then it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, the whole day was peaceful. There was no trouble. We lawfully assembled. We marched. We outreached. And we did what we do. Every time we do this. And look, you can argue to your blue in the face about being controlled opposition and this, that, and the other. It's not about that for a lot of people. A lot of people go to these things because they've spent 2.5 years going so crazy in their homes, feeling like they're going mad because nobody understands what they're thinking, or they're looking at what's happening to our so-called liberal democracies, and they need to go and connect with the people. So, whatever your motivation is to go to these marches or not go, it doesn't really matter. What matters is we go there, we connect with people on the same wavelength as us, we outreach, and maybe we reach one person, maybe we reach 100. If we reach one person and the message gets through, then that's enough for me. And it's also an energy boost. Like, you get to listen to you and your fabulous music and your message, and So I think, we just need to stay a bit more unified, regardless of the differing positions and viewpoints that people have within the freedom movement, and recognize we stand under the banner of freedom. This is a libertarian movement. This is a movement that disagrees with government restrictions in what they've imposed on us over the last 2.5 years. And we say no. And I think we need to keep the pressure up because we're coming to autumn months. We know they're trying to push different agendas now. You can see the mainstream media again. It's the fear-mongering, it's propaganda. And yeah, we need to stay united and we need to stay focused on what we need to be doing because, you know, it's not over yet. People, I think, have fallen into a sense of normality to a degree because it's summer and it's nice and warm outside. And
Amiga Radio, 104.1 FM.
Working for institutions that do not have our best interests at heart. And once you realise that, yeah, there's no stopping. So, you know, I will continue to go out any time I can, but, you know, big marches, smaller outreaches, you know, 5-10 people outside hospitals, yeah, whatever it is, I will be there when I can be there. And I think that's a really important message that needs to get through to people. It's not one thing. We're all fighting for it, not okay.
No, it's not one thing that we're all fighting for at the moment. No, Queen, it's all right. It's all right. And by the way, we are off air on the radio, but we're on air on the YouTube and on the. Huh? I think she came off, but I hope everybody heard what she was saying. Let me try and call her back. Yeah, let me try and call her back. Let's try and call her back. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Hope you're all right. Yeah, peace. One day we'll do an interview for you with your music. But let's try and call Renee back. See what's going on. Let me put her in. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, no, I was just saying that we came off air on the radio, but we're on.
I'm not sure if it's yours.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I know why. Don't worry. Yeah. It's just because we're I was doing something. So I was saying that we are off air on the radio, but we're still on air on YouTube and Instagram. People are watching. You were saying about like we shouldn't give up. That the marches empower us. The music empowers us from various artists like myself and New Free and Ryan and Remise, etc. And yeah, some people asked, yeah, like because we're off air now, we can be a bit uncensored. Some said, "What is your opinion on the C and the V?" This is Mr. No Bullshit. Yeah, this is Mr. No Bullshit.
Okay, so what do you mean? What is my opinion? Obviously, I'm not for it. I think it's unnecessary. I think looking back from the start of all this nonsense, that looking at statistics, there is no need for the C and the V for any of this. If you choose to do that, you can do that.
You can do that.
A lot of the general population has been brainwashed to a degree. You could take it in that it's necessary to be having this particular thing, and yeah, I'm
50 into the 1759
against children going near it. But yeah, I think I can see both sides of the argument in terms of the last march was focused solely on a particular issue, which I'm not going to raise because it's just commonality.
Well, we're off air at the moment, so yeah, we can talk about that.
So, okay, so if we're talking about the COVID injured, for example.
Oh, they've created a new sub industry in that industry, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think after 2.5 years, it may sound a bit harsh, but we're grown adults. Like when this whole thing started, I did my research. I went on to websites in China, national statistic websites that were coming out of Asia to look at the statistics that were going on in terms of what this was and how deadly a threat it was. And when I looked at that and I realized it wasn't actually anything more than maybe a bad strain of seasonal influenza, I couldn't understand how people were getting so neurotic about this. And that's just like from my personal perspective. So again, like, I feel like the message from this march, I could feel frustration from people who are freedom people. There may be libertarians, more like myself, who are more concerned or very concerned about lockdowns, very concerned about restrictions on civil liberties, and the restrictions governments were imposing on people, but doing it with people's consent for me, probably the most troubling thing, because this was unprecedented for me. Like, liberal democracies are not perfect, but don't get me wrong, I have studied political systems and I understand how they work, and I understand the underpinnings of them, and I understand, democracies by no means are perfect. But to enforce things like lockdowns and have people just wholeheartedly going, yeah, lock us down, which is what people were doing at the start of this because of media propaganda, was actually deeply troubling for me. And there was a few times I thought, am I losing my fucking mind? Oh, sorry, I'm doing this.
No, that's all right. Like I said, we're off air at the moment. We're off air.
So, I went through a period of like intense sort of like, am I going mad or am I actually seeing what is going on here? So I found that quite bizarre to be in that situation. And this whole lockdown malarkey for me was just, again, unprecedented that a liberal democratic society would tell citizens to stay at home, not see people, and people would consent to that. People would actually happily consent to that. So, it's been a really weird situation. The context of the last March, I don't know if they've gone a little bit off track in terms of the message we want to be giving to the people. I think if there's one banner we can stand under, it is freedom. This is how all these movements started. All of them started under the freedom, the libertarian, the freedom to do what we please, the freedom of that. We can assemble when we want to. We are sovereign beings. So I think we need to get back to that in a sense. But I think if we're also going to focus on anything, it is on the social credit system they're trying to impose. Because that is the skill set to me to our civil liberties, 100%. Social credit system, the cashless society, digital identity, all of this stuff is just a way of them exerting just control over us. I don't think we've ever seen really in Western countries before, with the exception of after 9/11 when they imposed really quite demanding restrictions on people's liberty. Which everyone thought was for their own safety because there was this massive terrorist threat. Was there? That's debatable, but we are in a really interesting / tricky / crucial and definitive time, I think, for what Western civilization and what we would define as the West stands for right now, because it is under attack. It's 100% under attack by globalist forces, I mean, you can't rule out Communist Chinese Party being a part of that as well. The money that underpins that and influences those attacks. So yeah, it's a really tricky time right now. So I think what everyone needs to do is just buckle up and just, regardless of what you think your main intention is in fighting, freedom fight. You know, whether it be you're against drugs for kids, whether it be you're against the cashless society, whether it be social credit score, whether it be just a liberal and you just demand to get it out and just leave it to be a person, whatever it is, there has to be unity now, because mark my words, this is not over. From September, October, when we hit autumn again, they are going to try the same shenanigans. They're already trying to ramp it up now. With the whole monkeypox malarkey, people just need to stay focused, I think. But I get it, like, people are tired. I mean, I'm tired, you know. I'm trying to just get on with day-to-day. Yeah, there's a
Pardon? Can you hear me? Okay. And welcome back to the Meta Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show. This is the High Priest, Grand Hierophant of Meta Science Ministries. Amun, you done know Meta Science. All right. Now, just before the break, we had a special guest on the Meta Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show for today's main event, which was the freedom fighters had Buckingham Palace under siege. And High Priest Amun was present. There was a little bit of trouble, but the freedom fighters were there and saved High Priest Amun from the Babylon. You don't know, Meta Science. And, you know, we were just talking off air about what was going on in the freedom movement and stuff like that, but we lost signal, so we're going to try and call her again to continue. Also, you can watch High Priest Amun live and direct in 4K vision. I don't know what's going on, but it's not like it's not working. Let me take it out. Let me put it back in. It's like the phone is just moving mad. Okay, it's calling. All right. Let's see. Got the tone. Everything is going well. Like I said, shout out to all my freedom fighters. Okay, so that's it. Thank you, Renee, for your contribution to the show, for telling the people what went down on Saturday. High Priest Amun truly appreciates you. Also, shout out to Ryan Saunders for this beat, for the High Priest Amun Stop the Violence. It's out on all streaming platforms. It's there for digital download on the website. We've got the Freedom mixtape out now. If you want to hear the truth, the real music, we've got it on hard copy CD. Best way to listen to. I think Renee's calling in, so let's try and get her online. Hi. Can you hear me?
It's still gone.
Well, it's looking like we've got a technical issue. I don't know why. Yeah, we just got a technical issue. Let me sort it out. So yeah, we just got a technical issue with the phone. High Priest Amun, I was gonna sort it out now. Uh, okay. So let's go into settings because this phone is old school. To be honest, it'd be better to call on this phone, but let's sort it out here. So accessories. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on now. Okay. So one more time. Okay. So it's looking like it's not working on this phone. So the best thing to do right now, if you have any questions, call. Hello. Hi. I think the best thing to do is to call the studio number because it's caused my phone is not working properly on the system. If you can call 0753. Everybody wants you to come on the live though, but I know that's not really the one, but if you want to call in, like it'd be better just this number because there's no problem with the phone. So it's 075 399 68143. Okay, and we're back on live, so no COVID, no swearing, none of that. All right, yes, yes. Bye. All right, bye. Okay, so we sorted it out. She's gonna come on the on this phone, so we're just waiting, and I have to call my guy and tell him to come. She don't want to come on online. She don't want to see. You know what I mean? She want to be hiding, even though we know who it is. Okay. Greetings. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Lovely.
Yes, yes. Sorry about that. There was a bit of technical difficulties with my phone. It wasn't really
No,
working properly.
that's okay. No problem at all.
Yeah. I mean, people are saying on the Instagram and YouTube like to come on, but I know you know it's not that day today or that night. You know what I mean? Um,
I would love to. I'm not in my pajamas and hanging out at home. Not right now.
nah, I hear that. I hear that. But yeah, I mean, okay, we got about 10 minutes because someone is gonna call in as well later on
Yeah.
to because they wanted to do a broadcast. But I was gonna ask you, Queen. So now we've got another March in
Yes.
August, and
We've got a few in August actually, so there's a few outreaches and that happening.
okay, can you let us know where they are? Even High Priest wants to know what's going on.
Okay, so the first one's in Bournemouth, and that's on the 20th, 19th, 20th. We have the Save Our Rights March on the 27th, I believe, of August.
Where's that one?
I don't know the location yet. I just know that from being at the last one. So Save Our Rights is doing another one, and they'll be doing an empowerment fair at the end
Oh, I think I know that one. I think I'm performing at that one. In fact, yeah. There's one. Yeah.
There's that one, and then I believe there's the outreach happening around Carnival, but I don't want to confirm dates or anything yet because that's not my outreach. But yeah, there's a few things coming up in August. There should be a good month. But yeah, Bournemouth will be the first one, and the 27th is the next big one. But obviously, the 27th falls on the weekend of Carnival, so there's a lot going on.
No, I hear that. I mean, I want to talk about the one in Carnival because that one is like, I mean, for some people that like, especially on this radio station, like that's like a wow, like what you guys are gonna do a freedom march in Carnival with all the black people and all the craziness going on in Carnival. You're gonna do that? Wow.
I don't think it's so much a march. I think it's more of an outreach, and I think the main focus of that one is going to be on the social credit system they're trying to impose.
Okay.
And getting the knowledge out there, because I think we're a bit beyond the other agendas that a lot of people have been outreaching about, and now we want to get the word out about social credit system, cashless society, all that kind of stuff is what we want to be focusing on.
I mean, you see, just talking about that social credit system, cashless society, that's a big topic. You know what I mean? You know, but I personally think that, like, globally, that can't run. Maybe in each country it can run, but globally, I don't think we have the technology to do all of that. Like, not globally. Like, probably in Europe, maybe in parts of Asia and America, but not like South America, Africa, Caribbean. Like, I don't see that happening. Like I said, I was in Sudan, and they don't. Our card don't work in their banking system. You see what I'm saying? They depend on the hard cash. They want the hard cash. They don't want no cashless money. You follow that? And I feel the social credit system, is it something to do with like Instagram and social media, like as in terms of, you know, like you've been good, they give you a like, or you get credit for not being yourself in a sense?
Yeah, so if you feed this all into the whole, whether you believe it or not, Agenda 2030, the WEF, the sort of green agenda they're pushing, there is the infrastructure in Western countries for this to happen. And this has been spoken about for 2 years now by a lot of scientists, by a lot of people who are saying, we're sort of veering towards a Chinese-style system where what we consume is heavily monitored and controlled by the state. And this is where the capitalist society comes into it. And if you look at the UK, for example, this is happening now. People have apps. People don't use cash that much anymore. So we're all sort of going towards that sort of way in terms of society and what they want. And people like Rishi Sunak are the sort of people they want to put into positions of power to implement these changes. Rishi Sunak 2 years ago was talking about a digital currency. So this is what will be ultimately the end of liberty in a way, because they will have control over everything we purchase, where we go, what we do. So yeah, it's a point-based system based on what we consume. And if we're being good enough,
we'll get good ones, and if we're being bad people or we stand up against the state, we'll be punished for that. And that is where we're heading if people don't wake up now. And that's 100%. I can see that happening now. I can see people in the freedom movement using us and using all this technology, which will restrict what we can do in the future.
Well, hold on, Queen. Because my uncle is on the YouTube, and he said it's called the Great Reset. Is he?
Yes.
Okay, so that's right. Okay, it's the Great. Okay, Uncle, you're right. The Great Reset.
It is the Great Reset, and this has been branded a conspiracy theory by many people, but it's not. You just need to look at the WEF, the World Economic Forum, which if you ask most normal people, they have no idea about what it is. But the World Economic Forum has an agenda. It's called Agenda 2030. And it took me a while to put the pieces together of the puzzle, but when I did, it's astonishing what they're trying to do. They're trying to impose their ideal on we the people.
What?
While they live their life normally.
What?
Yeah, 100%.
I hear that. Well, you know, it's like it's a control. It's like the pyramids. You know, they believe they're at the top, and that they want to be running things with their orders and their nastiness and stuff like that. But the people, I mean, we are waking up, but some people don't have the heart. Some people know what's going on and are just keeping quiet and hiding in the closet. It's only us. It's only us that are on the road, that are proactive, dynamic, making noise, disrupting their plans, that are putting in the work. Some people are putting in the work online, but it's more effective being on road, and you know what I mean, like just going head on with the enemy, because like I feel someone else believes like we have the power, we have the blessings, we can do it if as long as we're together. But it's how many people are gonna say enough is enough? When we were back in let's say lockdown, that's when people said enough was enough. You know what I mean? People didn't want to be at home, and they felt uncomfortable. They felt they felt exploited, or you know what I mean, they knew that it wasn't right. But now, like they have to remember that the momentum, like it was us. Remember, it's us. You know, it's us, and you as well. You know, anybody that's been in a march that has made the change in this United Kingdom. Nowadays, you can go like they don't care about their pre agendas to the point where you can go on holiday and you don't need to go through certain procedures to go on holiday. And that's because of us. That's because of our passion and our love for our people and our country and for the world. You follow that? You get what I'm saying? True or false?
100% I agree with you. And this is why when I get a bit frustrated when people are like, what are the marches doing? What are these things doing? Well, England never had vaccine passports imposed. England never had some of the restrictions Scotland had or Ireland had. So we have made an impact and we have made a difference. However big or small you perceive it to be. But that's why we can't stop now. We need to keep going. And we need to be unified despite our differences. Because that is the only way to defeat this. Otherwise, they're going to keep pushing this agenda through. And the ultimate goal is that. The ultimate goal is a social credit system, digital IDs, a cashless society, and a population they can control. And that is it. So we need to be focused on that. And keep fighting.
No, of course, we have to keep fighting. And because time is almost running out, I was going to ask you, what do we need to improve on? What can we improve on for, let's say, the next marches, the next thing was coming, the next big thing that's coming. What do we need to prepare for? Like you said, the social credit system, but what do we need to do to improve our victory?
Look, I'm not an organizer of protests, and I know how hard it is to organize these gatherings, lawful assemblies, whatever you want to call them. I think what we need to do is stop being critical of um, other people's objectives or differences of opinion, and we need to just be nice. And again, I'll take it back to the one banner we need to unite under, which is what these freedom protests were about in the first place. So that was freedom. It was libertarian freedom. It was the restrictions they were imposing on our sovereign right as human beings to live the way we want to live. If we are doing no harm, there is no need for government interference. And I think if everyone steps back and looks at that, and we unify under that umbrella, and just stop. I mean, there's a lot of criticism, there's a lot of moaning, there's a lot of the marchers aren't doing anything, and yeah, I get that. I get those arguments. I can see them in a pragmatic sense. But I think what we really need to be doing is just unifying now, because it's not over. People think it's over. It's not over. We're nowhere near the end game now. And when you realise that, the rest of it doesn't make sense. We're in this for the long haul. I would just say unite. Unite for freedom.
No, of course, Queen. And there's a couple of messages from my uncle. He says she's right. He's saying that you're right. He says everything is part of God's plan, and there's sweet F all we can do about it. If you look around today, around the world, all this has been predicted over 2,000 years ago. That's the reality. But what's really sad and amazing is some people are literally blind to it. They literally don't mention it, yet it's there in black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is really sad. There's so much we can do about that. But what we can do is focus on what we can do. And we're here, and we're alive, and we're awake, and we're fighting, and we keep on fighting because, we say no. No consent. No consent ever.
No, of course, no consent. And that's something that I think people will need to absorb and start using in their daily vocabulary. No consent,
100%.
because that can save lives. You follow that, because of that common law. You're not doing a contract.
Exactly.
You're saying I had no consent, but when you like what you said, give your name, your details. That means you're consenting to like a contract that was made up, that it has no lawful power. Maybe it could be legit, but it's not lawful. Like
which is what you did the other day. You didn't give your name, and the police couldn't do anything. They have to leave.
Yes, it's true, Queen, and it's you gotta have guts to do that, because the police will just get onto you and interrogate you and intimidate you. But like I was empowered by my freedom family, and they were absolutely upset. They were really upset because they really wanted to put me in jail. Especially because of who I am and where I'm from. They they can't believe that happened, and certain people again were just there supporting, and I love you all. Yeah, and I hope to see you soon. Hopefully next month, which is next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just one more thing before you go. For the carnival one, we're looking to do something. I'm looking to do something on both days, like have a little freedom corner, like where we're gonna have our music, we're gonna have our banners, we're gonna have our let's say our signs. You know what I mean? Because I believe like the march is cool in carnival, but also somewhere where we can chill, have fun, drink a few beers, have a few drinks, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do our own carnival. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, carnival, there's going to be minimum 1 million people. And
Yeah.
there's a rule that says, like, out of 1% of the people, they will listen. You know, out of, like, let's say 1 million people, 1% of those million people, which is 10,000 people, will actually listen to what we got to say and will actually resonate with what we're saying. And like, I just want to make something that can help our movement, help our tribe, help our family, have fun, and also prepare, find the let's say the 144,000 chosen ones or angels that have descended on this planet, or UK, that are ready for what's coming in the autumn. You get me? Because we've seen it. All these prime ministers now, their time is up. None of them are doing full terms. None of them are really. No one can pull the wool over the eyes of the people anymore.
No.
And like, it's time. It's time. Like, it's time for us to now just not back down and you know, say enough is enough. Like, I mean, democracy has worked, but everything has an end, and everything has a beginning and an end. And right now, like what you said, they're moving into the social credit system that will be, let's say, the new democracy, and that's not good. That can't run. That's against freedom, and we are freedom fighters, and it's us that are responsible. We are the guardians. We are the guardians of the earth. Now, unfortunately, time has run out because my friend wants to come on. He's been waiting. Yeah, but it's been lovely pleasure having you on tonight on the Meta Science Ministries Reason and the Fellowship Show. And I just wanted to say, like I said, I truly appreciate you and love what you're doing, and love that you supported me when I was down and could have got in big trouble, and made sure that nothing happened to me. And that, like I said, I truly appreciate and love that you're there for me. And I hope to speak to you again soon, and also see you at the next march or the next event. Okay,
absolutely.
Okay. Now, I hope.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, Queen. Now, you take care and have a good night.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Now, that was Renee. Thank you so much, my queen, for coming online and talking the realness. Now we've got Adam that wants to come online. Let's try this phone, see if it works. Hopefully it works. It doesn't work, so we're gonna have technical difficulty. Let me call him now. In fact, let me try this one. Hello. Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Okay, hold on. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. This is what you do, yeah? Call this phone number. 07. No, not this one. Call the one I'm gonna say now, yeah? Have you got a pen? Okay. Zero 075 399 68 No, 6 and then 8. 143. Okay, call that one. No, you call that number now, and then I'll put you on air. All right, bro. Cool. All right, and welcome back to the Mental Science Ministries Reasoning and Fellowship Show via Omega FM Radio.co.uk, aka 104.1 FM. This is the High Priest, Grand High from the Mental Science Ministries. Amun L. You don't know Mental Science. Now, so we got on the YouTube says Uncle flogging a dead horse. My uncle wants to meet you. Who's Amy? What's that tune in the background? That's my tune. That's called Stop the Violence, which is out on all streaming platforms. You're done now, Mental Science. We had Amy. She's a friend of High Priest Someone L. Yeah, we had Renee. She was explaining what happened, the Freedom Fighting March on Saturday. So I put someone out, let it rip. And in terms of what we're doing, now we've got our special guest, our next special guest, which is called Adam, and he's on air. Yes, bro. Yes. How's it going? Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, just turn it a little bit down because remember you're on air, bro.
Okay, down, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So how was it going? How's it going, bro?
Well, everything is like confusion, you know?
That's like confusion. Hold on, bro.
Yeah, confusion.
Why is it confusing? What's going on with your life?
Confusion because the last time the police come to have a meeting with me, then we have a meeting, the manager come from the Prist hospital.
Okay.
And then they come with one doctor, the doctor has never met the doctor, and then the male interview, they ask me what's the reason why I come here.
Okay.
I explained to them for an immigration issue. So I tell them my certificate of marriage. I had a letter coming from the Home Office saying until 14th of April, if I don't solve this problem later, I'm going to have a problem with whatever was there. That's what the Home Office said.
Hold on. You're confusing me now. Look, you gotta start. Yeah. Remember, you're on air. You're on the radio. So explain. So introduce yourself and tell them why you've called in today or tonight, and explain your situation so that we can get the clearer picture. Okay.
Well, that's what I want to begin from the day. I always start from the beginning when I start.
Okay. So what is your name? What is your name? First of all, what is your name so that people can. Because people are listening to your story now. So we want to know who you are.
Yes, I'm in a mental hospital in Lakeside, West Hospital.
Okay. Now, why are you in a mental health hospital?
Well, because I've been by the NHS just since 2012.
Okay.
I've been forced by the police.
You've been forced. So you have no freedom. So you have no freedom. So they've let's say unlawfully put you in a mental health hospital.
By force, yes. I wasn't agreed to come here. I wasn't agreed to take medicine, but the 8 people that put me down on the ground, and then they inject me, and then I'm taking medicine by force.
Okay, so it's not you haven't consented. They're just like what we said earlier on about this no consent. They just did the gang
It's
stuff.
not my concern. It's not my concern. It's not concern. It's not my acceptable, you know. I don't agree with them.
I see.
Yes.
Okay. So now so me and the others who are listening are getting a better idea, a more less confusion because you've explained the situation. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, for me, I guess you remember Bob Marley, so when they say mental slavery, I find myself I'm a mental slave in a hospital, you know.
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're telling us if you don't take medicine, you're gonna go out.
So they're let's say blackmailing you. They're saying if you don't take your medicine, you're not allowed out.
Yes.
Okay.
So I put my head down for God, and then I said, let me take the medicine. If they want to take my life, whatever is it, or they want to make me, as they think in the evolution, I'm not aware, so let me take their medicine. So I take my medicine, and then I write a note. So what my life is going to be for the future.
Well, the problem is, bro, King, when you're in that
Yes.
place, your human rights are taken away from you. They believe that, you're not mentally capable of doing anything. So they make everything on your behalf. And I'm not saying that's right. You get me? I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that's what they do. And
Well, for me, the reason why, because since when they find me alone. They didn't find me out of my family to be defense. You know, I've been just talking about myself, self-defense, and then they find me this person, you're talking alone, maybe I have a mental illness, but I tell them, no, I have a family in Africa, and I left all these more than 3 continents alone, and I come to United Kingdom. It's because of the name of the UN. For the human rights and justice, you know. So that's the reason I come here to spread myself, and then speaking this language is an easy language, you know, when people speaking in the whatever for the human rights or UN or the United Nations Commission or whatever for the border or whatever who they are there.
okay. And where are you originally from?
Me originally come from Western Sudan, Darfur, the village called Dilidio.
Okay.
And then I moved to Sudan city called Khartoum in 1994.
I see.
Yes.
And why did you come to England?
I come to England just to speak for the UN because I was in Geneva.
Yes.
With the UN there, I was speaking to the UN, and then I said, let me come because the secrets I have for the United Kingdom, just to speak with the Queen or Queen Elizabeth.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's my memory for the royal family, you know, basically, you know, so to focus with the royalty.
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, what do you want to do now? Like, what is the plan now?
To have my freedom, I'm go back to Africa by the safety generation.
And how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna bust you out of there and get you on the next plane to Africa?
So when I say my name is Adam Tene,
Yes.
I put Adam is prophet and Tene is for king.
Okay.
King of Africa. So Tene is king of Africa.
Okay. I hear you, bro.
So if they say they don't believe in anything, then I'm going to speak as a prophet, prophet Adam, between Adam and Eve. So what I know about the man as a love woman, my first love was Eve.
I hear you.
So she born in the same village where I was born in Darfur, Western Sudan.
Okay.
It's surrounded by the mountain.
I hear you.
Yeah, so like what I say, I left in 1994 and then I come in Sudan, in Sudan City, 1994, and then from there I started doing some work in Sudan. And then we decided to go to Egypt, and then we change our mind, and then we say, I come to Syria. And then my friend, he went to Egypt, and then from there he went to take the green card, he went to America, and then later he become a soldier, Marines, to take to Iraq war. So he's my uncle.
Okay. Now.
And then I come to Syria, 1998.
Wow, you done it all, man.
Yeah, 1998, and then I spent 3 months in Dimesh.
Okay, I don't know where that is still.
In Syria, you know Syria?
Yeah.
Yeah, Syria between Lebanon, Turkey, Israel, Jordan. That's where I see Syria.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, it's in the middle. It's in the middle.
Middle East, basically, it's in the Middle East.
Yeah.
So and then I went to Beirut. So I went to Beirut in 1998. So I left. I spent 3 months there, 98, and then I went to Beirut, Lebanon. I spent a couple of years there working, and then want to go to Israel, and then from the Lebanese army, they arrest us, and then they put back in the Beirut city, Hamra.
Okay.
So I was working in a hotel or restaurant called LBG from the French company. French restaurant, basically,
No, I hear you.
And then we decided to come to United Kingdom, basically Europe, but we said we're coming to United Kingdom, but we tell our friend who was group, 4 group, was only 4 group because I'm 4 tribe. The name of the Darfur is my name.
Yes.
So we was grouped here, and then basically we come, my rebel started in Beirut to become a rebel.
A rebel towards what?
To defend of the country, to take against of the government who arrest what you call young people that taken by force, taken to the army, to take them to South Sudan to fight against the Christian.
Oh.
So I find that it's hard, I say I don't have to go to soldier to find border to border because that war is not for border, so I don't have to go there to fight. So I left here, and then I said, let me just come to be rebel, and then to speak for it's wrong what they're doing.
Israel?
No. I say it was wrong what I was doing, basically, what Omar Bashir was doing between fighting to South Sudan. What is the rebel? The rebel name, he was Jungaram. He was fighting against, basically talking about whole Sudan, basically, but they killed him.
Oh.
They put him in the airplane to go to conference, and then later on, and then I don't know what happened, and then the plane fall down, and then a couple of people that die,
So it was planned. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the airplane was fall down, and then people die. His name is Jungar, he died. But I don't know how they killed him. But at the same time, the person who was responsibility for the Sudanese parliament, he was Turabi, Hassan Turabi.
Nah, I hear you.
So for me later on, with my knowledge, they were telling me when the war between Christian and Muslim is stopped, is gonna come war in Darfur.
What, then or now?
No, my knowledge, my own knowledge tell me that.
Oh.
Since when I was young.
Okay.
So I said, let me come to speak with, if there's somebody or Allah or whoever, people to speak with them and then to come to help us.
Nah, I hear you.
So when we were speaking, so we started UN, we put our name in the UN since in Beirut. So then we couldn't get the green card to go to America or to come to Australia or to go to Australia or New Zealand or wherever, Scandinavia, wherever you call Sweden or Denmark or Finland or United Kingdom or France, wherever they're taking for the people to wherever wherever you go in for in Lebanon or in Egypt, what the green card means to go to United States.
So how did you?
So that take a long time to get that. That take a long time to get that, and then we didn't have time. We said, let me just speak to the mafia and then take out to cross the border again, and then to come to Europe, and then we'll come to United Kingdom. So we left Beirut. So before I left Beirut, I went to Sudan.
Yeah.
In 2000. I went to Sudan in 2000. To buy a house for my family because my family was struggling to live in Khartoum. How the life was so tough. When you see the African kids, sometimes they don't have no bed to sleep, or they don't have no shoes to wear, or they don't have no clothes, or they see their family, they're not happy because to bring them food to eat. So I find that it's difficult for me. I said, let me just go back to buy a house, and then if I have a chance to marry my Eve.
Okay.
So my uncle and then who married my mom, what my uncle, what they call somebody when your father divorced your mom and then another person married, I don't know what you call. So I don't know you call uncle or I don't know what you call. Like your stepfather basically,
Yeah.
I don't know how it's spelled in English.
Yes, like stepfather.
I call yeah, and then he wasn't happy as well because he's a very educated person. And then they say, for me, the war is gonna come different again. And therefore, then I left Kiev. I didn't marry her. I buy a house, and then I say I'm going to defend for the Darfur now. I come again. And I buy a fake passport. I went to Sudan, and then I come back by change my name by Ahmad, and then I come again in Syria, and then Lebanon, and work in a little bit, and then again we come to Syria, and then Turkey, and then Bulgaria, and then Yugoslavia, and then Hungary, Budapest, and then Austria, and then Germany, and then Switzerland, and then Germany, and then Switzerland, and then France, and then United Kingdom. That is my road.
And was it dangerous?
It's very dangerous because many people pass away in that road by the gun shoot or by the dog biting, whatever is it, or other people put them in the prison and then later on you don't know how they kill them, Especially in Yugoslavia, Belgrade, where it's very bad,
Wow, alhamdulillah that you made it. You get me?
So for me, because if you're Muslim there, they will kill you anywhere in Yugoslavia. So they're like Muslim people, especially in Belgrade.
No, that's why I said alhamdulillah that you made it. Still.
Alhamdulillah, yes. So for me, when I come here first in the United Kingdom, so I didn't tell them directly I come from this road. So I tell them I come from Libya and Italy. I tell them that I lie for the law first because I see the law was lying for the whatever what I saw it from the day one, I was lying. So I said, let me lie how the same lying to us, let me put the liar. So I tell them I put from Libya, I come from Libya to Italy, I want to cross first, I put my mind to cross that border between Libya and Italy because most of the African people who come to Libya, Benghazi or wherever, in another city called different city in Libya, Trablus, and then people cross the border in the sea and then dying. Sometimes some people cross and then arrive in Italy, some people that die, and then their mom that waiting, they said, yes, I have a son in Europe, like when he's gonna come back, we don't know. So they don't know some people that die in the sea.
No, I hear that, but it's like a risk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very risky. It's risky, They don't lie you because basically you say if I die, I'll die. If I survive, I survive. So that's the reason you just cross the border. When you cross the border by legal, so you put your life. Basically, you don't care if you pass away through, you pass away through. If you don't pass away through, and then you're gone. You're not alive.
No, I hear you, bro.
So we lose many of our brothers who cross that border, and then I try to cross that border. That's when I put filled the name to say, okay, I come from Libya and Italy. I take the home office like that, immigration in 23rd September 2006 when I arrived in United Kingdom.
Nah, I hear that, bro. But bro, we've run out of time.
Okay, so basically here now, what they're saying, so I have to wait for the forensic to decide about my case.
You got 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah, we got 1 minute. So you need to a forensic needs to decide on your case right now.
Yes, they're gonna decide. They say I cannot decide. I have to wait from the forensic from the hospital, and then from there, if they say you're gonna be discharged, you discharge. If you're gonna be in hospital, you're gonna be supposed to. You're gonna have an escort leave, and then take a little bit time, and then discharge you, and then that's what we're waiting for now.
Well, that's it, King. That's all we got for tonight.
Amiga Radio, 104.1 FM. News and views.
Yes, bro. Can you hear me? Yeah, so that's it. Like, I'm off the radio now.